Hey everybody, it's Silver Seeker, and today we're going to switch it up just a little bit, and we're going to be talking about some different types of silver that people normally stack and what you should be stacking and what the pros and cons are of each different type of the most popular silver to stack. So we're going to be looking at and talking about 90% generic silver. We'll be looking at 1 ounce silver rounds like buffaloes, and of course we'll be looking at the world's most popular silver coin, the American Silver Eagle. We'll also take a look at a silver bar and talk about that as well. So guys, let's go ahead and get over there and take a look and start talking about it. But before we do, if you like videos like this, if you want to learn more about silver stacking, coin collecting, and more, do me a favor, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss my future video notifications. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're going to be talking about the 4 different types of primarily stacked silver. Now, of course, there's way more than what I have in front of you, but these are the most popular far and away. So, of course, we have 90% constitutional silver. That is your dimes, quarters, and half dollars, 1964 before. We have 1 ounce silver generics, like this 1 ounce silver buffalo right here. These are absolutely beautiful. They're very recognizable, and a lot of people like to stack buffaloes. We also have the American Silver Eagle. Now, the American Silver Eagle, like I said, is the most popular 1 ounce silver coin in the entire world to stack, and they are absolutely beautiful. They do have a face value of $1, so these are legal tender and spendable. Not that that would be a good idea. And then finally, we're going to talk about silver bars. So I got out this Scottsdale 20 ounce silver bar right here. I really like these Scottsdale bars. They're really, really cool. So we'll start with constitutional silver. Now, when I'm talking about the silver that we're stacking today, I'm going to talk about the different scenarios in which it might be better to stack one over the other. It really depends on what you're wanting to do. I myself obviously like to diversify the type of silver that I stack. So with constitutional, the beauty of constitutional is that it's highly recognizable. These are U.S. coins that were produced 1964 and before for dimes, quarters, and half dollars. In those years, they were all 90% silver. And the beauty of the 90% silver constitutional coins is that they actually have an exact amount of silver based on their face value, and it all is equated to, how much there is. So, for example, what I mean by that, just in case you're confused, this half dollar has the same exact amount of silver as 2 silver quarters, which also has the same exact amount of silver as 5 silver dimes. Now, of course, there is, wear. So if a coin is, heavily worn like this quarter right here, it might be missing a little bit. It's not as much as you might think, but it is definitely going to miss a little bit of its weight. So, unfortunately, over time, if these wear down a lot, there is going to be a little bit of missing silver. But believe it or not, unless they get completely flat, it's not as bad as you think it is. The numbers that people like to use, so when these are freshly minted, when they're brand new out of the mint, and this Kennedy right here, because it's so nice, probably would have, the 0.725 per dollar, so 0.725 ounces of silver. But whenever you're buying and selling constitutional silver, the industry standard is to use the math of 0.715 ounces per dollar because of wear. So like I said, when coins wear, they will lose a little bit. So even if you have like completely brand new uncirculated coins like this, the industry standard is just to use 0.715 because at the end of the day, it balances out, and that's just how it works out for, the majority of silver. And if you ever sat down with a whole pile of silver and you threw some on a scale and you multiplied it by 0.9 and then you divided that by the face value, you would see that 0.715 is pretty darn accurate, a pretty darn accurate number to use for determining the amount of silver in a dollar's face value of 90% constitutional silver. So like I said, with 90% constitutional silver, because it's very recognizable, it's very easy to buy and sell. You can go into any coin shop and you can buy and sell this. Well, buy if they have it. Right now, it's really hard to find silver. But you can go into any coin shop and buy and sell 90% silver without a problem. It's very easy to get. It's very easy to sell. And the beauty of it is if you guys are like a doomsdayer, and I'm not saying that I am, but I'm just saying if you're a doomsdayer and you're worried about we're going to be in a situation where there's going to need to be a trade or a bartering transaction where there needs to be some form of currency, 90% silver is very easy to use because, for example, if you need a loaf of bread, a 1 ounce silver eagle like this may be too much money, but you might be able to get it for a silver dime or maybe a silver quarter. I don't know what, obviously I have no idea, but my point is if a 1 ounce silver is too much and all you need is that loaf of bread or that gallon of milk or whatever it's going to be, having what they call fractional silver, which 90% constitutional is perfect for, is a very, very good thing to have because it allows you, it's kind of like your change when you go into a store with a $20 bill and you buy something that's $5, they give you 15 back. So even if you just had the 1 ounce silver, I guess you could give it to them, and then hopefully they have, a $50 and a quarter to give back to you, or whatever the difference may be, if you know what I'm saying. So that is the couple of good reasons for constitutional silver. Now, a lot of people like to stack these in bags. Sometimes they put them in rolls. To me, I tend to keep them. I actually do keep like these Crown Royal bags. That's what I know. I like those. But, I keep some of my constitutional and Crown Royal bags. I don't have a whole ton of it, but that's what I like to do with it. So very, very good thing to stack. Now, when we're looking at, stuff like this, now that we're done with the constitutional, and we're talking about 1 ounce silver buffaloes, the same kind of applies. These are very recognizable, but they are made by multiple different mints across the U.S. I mean, there's probably 10 different mints that produce these. I could be wrong. It may even be more. But my point is these are produced all over the place, and the same design. Sometimes there's variations, but they are produced by a ton of different mints. So with the buffaloes, it would be very easy for a novice to, unfortunately, accidentally buy a fake one if he doesn't know what he's looking at, if he doesn't know how to test it, or if he buys it from a less than reputable source like Wish.com, or, a guy that's trying to scam people on Craigslist, things like that. But generally, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, probably more, these are perfectly fine. You just, again, when you're sourcing your silver, when you're getting it, make sure you get it from somebody you trust, somebody that has high reviews. Get it from a local coin shop that's been around for a while, that's established, so you don't really have to worry about it. Someone that's going to back their silver. If you get it from like these online dealers like AppMex, JM Bullion, and SD, you don't have to worry about getting fake one of these. I would just be concerned about buying it locally from some guy you don't know on Craigslist, or ordering it off of some site like Wish.com or Alibaba. Just, to avoid it from there. And then there's something else to think about with this stuff when you're buying it is if the price is too good to be true, then likely it's not true. And the same goes for Silver Eagles. Now, the difference between the Buffalo and the Silver Eagle is the Buffalo is considered to be generic silver, whereas the Silver Eagle is considered to be a premium silver coin. And what that means is that with the premium silver coins, you tend to pay a little bit more over spot than you would for like a generic. So where, let's say, again, in this video, we're using $20 an ounce as a baseline. Let's say this would be, $20 plus 3 or 4. Right now, it's a little bit more than that, but again, we're using fake numbers. Let's just say this would be $20 plus 2. So you'd pay $22 a piece for these when silver's trading at 20, whereas these you would pay 24 when silver's trading at 20. So you have to consider that when you're buying it, that if you have, $100 to spend, you won't get as many of these, or let's just say $200. Let's say you have $240, okay? You would be able to get 10 of these, but you'd be able to get 11 of these. So you would actually have an extra ounce of silver by buying the generic Buffaloes over the Silver Eagles. But on the same token, when you go in and you go to sell your Silver Eagle 1, it's much more trusted because it's a Silver Eagle. It's way more recognizable than any other coin in the world outside of constitutional. And additionally, you actually do get a premium back when you sell these. So when you're selling a Silver Eagle to a coin shop or somebody else, you can actually expect to get more for your Silver Eagle than you would for your Buffalo. So, that premium tends to come back to you. Now, there is a huge caveat to that, and let me explain what that is, and this is something to consider. Let's just say that you have $440. $440 is going to get you an entire tube of 1 ounce Buffaloes, but it's only going to get you 18. I don't have the calculator in front of me, but let's just say you have enough money to buy 20 Buffaloes, but that same amount of money is only going to buy you 18 Silver Eagles. Now, if you think that silver is going to skyrocket to $100 an ounce, what would you rather have? Would you rather have 20 ounces of silver or 18 ounces of silver? And that is something to consider when you are buying the difference between generics and premium, is that if you really, at the end of the day, think that silver is going to skyrocket to an astronomical number, it's going to shoot through the moon, it's going to become the next Bitcoin, whatever, you might want to consider just having more silver for the money that you invest. So that is something to keep in mind, with between Buffaloes and Eagles. Now, of course, myself, I'm kind of a normist when it comes to silver. I do believe that silver is going up. I do believe that it's undervalued, but I don't believe that you're going to see something crazy like $100 an ounce silver anytime soon for a long, long time. And I am much, much, much into the collecting of beautiful silver, like I said at the beginning of this video, so I have no problem having silver eagles, but at the same time, I also don't have a problem having these buffaloes as well. And then finally, guys, the last thing I want to show you and talk about, these are silver bars. So this right here is a 20-ounce silver bar. Now, this is kind of substandard, but I don't have any 10-ounce silver bars available to share with you right now. I don't keep most of my silver with me, for safety reasons. Most of it is locked up in an offsite, but this right here is a silver bar. Now, the beauty of silver bars is that, unlike this one, usually silver bars are more of kind of a rectangle. They're thin, they're easy to stack, unlike this one, because they stack up in big stacks of 10. You can even put them in a piece of plastic and then wrap some tape around it so they stay together. The beauty of silver bars is you tend to get them for a little bit less of a premium, even than silver rounds. And so you can buy a little bit more silver for your money, just like I was talking about the difference between buying more buffaloes than eagles for the same money. Generally, 10-ounce bars tend to be even a little bit cheaper. Now, it's usually not by a whole lot, sometimes a quarter, sometimes 50 cents per ounce. It's not a ton. So for a 10-ounce silver bar, you may save $2.50. You may save $5. But if you're buying a ton of it, money does add up. And so over time, you could actually save quite a bit of money by buying 10-ounce bars over generic rounds. That being said, you got to remember it goes back to the thing where they are less usable. Let's say, and again, going back to an end of world scenario, 10-ounce silver bars, kind of like your it'd be kind of like a $200 bill versus your $1 bill or your $20 bill being the silver eagle and your $1 bill being the dime. So keep that in mind as well. But I do like silver bars as well. This is the only one that I had with me, so I thought I would bring that out and share it with you for the video. But anyway, those are the 4 different primary types of silver that most people stack, and I wanted to share the pros and cons of each one of those. So I do hope that it helps you out. If it does, do me a favor, let me know down in the comments below. We really like hearing from you down there. Also, guys, we do have an awesome Discord server if you want to talk about silver. We have almost 1,200 members, so a lot of people talking about silver every single day. If you want to ask some questions to other community members, get some help and things like that, make sure you join our Discord server. There will be a link in the description below of this video, and I would love to see you in there. Outside of that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did leave a video above you can check out if you haven't seen it yet. I also want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to my awesome channel supporters scrolling right there on the right hand of the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.